But before we get started, I'm going to have Mrs. Burkhart introduce herself to everyone because you only know her if you have her in class.
I'm gonna take my mask off so you can see my face. Hi guys, I'm Miss Burkhart. I teach chemistry, geometry, and algebra 2. It's my first year being a teacher and I'm super excited. And my favorite cereal is Life and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's all. All right, all you.
Mr. Heffelbauer is over there shaking his head under his mask. I know he is. It's okay. We can all like different cereals. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so a couple quick reminders. Number one, I have my mask off right now because I'm in my office by myself. Other than that, we have to have our mask on like we talked about in the first town hall meeting. Mask on properly is over the nose, over the chin. Make sure we're wearing them right every time. Please make sure you turn in your $40 activity fee to Mrs. Kelly if you have not done so already. If you have already done so, thank you very much. But if you haven't, please make sure you do that. Make sure to dress in layers. As you have noticed so far, classroom temperature varies very much in this building, and it will do so for the remainder of the school year. So please make sure you take that into account when you come to school each day. If you noticed in the hallways as well, there are 3 hand washing stations. There's one moving back towards Ms. Krauser's room. There is another right outside my office, basically. And then the other one is at the end of the hallway. Feel free to use those anytime you would like. We are not going to have designated hand washing times, but if you're in class, you're like, hey, can I run and wash my hands? Your teachers will let you do that. Don't forget about our one-way hallways. We are doing everything we can to mitigate any type of COVID transfer, COVID exposure. So let's make sure that we continue to move in a one-way circle around the building. We've been doing a pretty good job of that. One thing that we can do better is not stand in groups in the hallways during passing time. We want to kind of keep moving each day. Not each day, but each passing time. Also remember, every day, everyone has to be out of the building at 3:30. That is because I disinfect the classrooms every day at 3:30. There's a COVID fog disinfectant that I spray in the rooms. And I want to make sure that no one is in the building, especially students, when this is going on. So please make sure we're out of the building every day by 3:30 so that can happen. Also, what we are going to institute next week is each classroom will have a hand sanitizer or a sanitizing bottle, and we'll have 5 towels in each classroom, 1 towel for each period of the day. Students that want to clean their desk off before they sit down will have the opportunity to go ahead and spray the desk and wipe the towel off. Teachers, we talked about that today, and they will help you in terms of the exact procedure that they want to use. But I do want to put that out there. I will be sending an email about that today or later tomorrow. I just talked about the cleaning update. Mrs. Belair's did a great job of adding that slide, and I did not go back and look at it after our meeting. So again, you will have the opportunity to wipe your desk down if you so choose to. Teachers will not be doing that for you because there's not enough time. Last year, there were fewer desks in the classrooms and a longer passing period. This year, there are more desks and a smaller passing period. So there's just not enough time to do that. However, if you want to do that, you are more than welcome to do so. Check your email. If you're an 11th or 12th grader and you checked your email today, that means that you saw that you don't have to be in this building for our town hall today. But if you didn't check your email and you don't check your email regularly, you're going to be missing something. So make sure you check your West Bloomfield and probably more importantly, your OCC email every single day. I would check it in the morning, I would check it at lunch, and then I would check it at the end of the day. Okay, so let's make sure that we're doing that on a consistent basis. Social media. Here's easy ways to keep track of what we're doing. We have our Twitter page at Oak Early College. You can also follow me on Twitter at Morrison Borders. We have our Instagram page at Oakland Early. And as of yesterday, we now have a Snapchat, O_Early College 21. I don't know exactly how that is going to work, but I'm going to try my best to be posting some things, important information on Snapchat for you to look at and see. And for those of you who have a Snapchat account and a phone, whoever snaps me or not, whoever adds me first, Whoever adds the Oakland Early College 21 Snapchat first will receive a prize. I have no idea what that prize is, but I'm sure I can come up with something great. I will look at the account after the meeting and I will see who added me first. So if you want a prize, add me first on Snapchat or O_Early College 21. Mrs. Bellairs, are you ready to talk about service hours?
One second. Okay, I was just turning down the volume in my room. So for service hours, 40 hours of service are required for graduation. However, those are all met during your internship and 13th seminar. If you want to earn a service cord at graduation, you need to complete an additional 20 hours, bringing you to a total of 60. So for younger students, this number might change depending on the COVID situation. We'll keep you updated. General service hour slips are on the whiteboard in the hallway, and those can be turned into me until Mr. Snyder returns, and he's going to take over that. NHS hours are something different, and those will get turned into Mrs. Krauser. So again, the hour slips are on the whiteboard. You turn them into me, and there's a updated spreadsheet that was updated as of the last day, like end of June last year. So you can see where you stood the end of June last year. So for the testing update, Mrs. Krauser, if you want to chime in with anything. So October 13th is when we're gonna have our testing day. So 9th graders, you're taking the PSAT 9, 10th and 11th graders, you're taking the PSAT NMSQT, and 12th and 13th graders, the state came out and said that they are going to pay for an additional SAT test for you. So if you would like to take the SAT again, on that date, you're welcome to do so. We would highly encourage you to do this, especially if you've only taken that test once. It's for free. You get a higher score, that's great. So that is an opportunity for our 12th and 13th graders that we are really excited about. You will be able to opt out, and some more information will come later about that. Did I miss anything, Ms. Krauser?
Just remember too, for the SAT, many of the tests or the, sorry, hold on, let me go out in the hallway. Many of the schools take highest and best scores, and you do not have to submit the score when you take the test. So you can kind of keep that score in your back pocket and submit it later after you find out if you did as well as you wanted to, which is why we're strongly encouraging you to take it for free in October. That was it.
Okay, so at this point, everyone should be signed up for their minimum number of college credits that they're required for. I've been trying to track everyone down to make sure that you are all set. If you're thinking about dropping a course, likely by this time, the 100% refund period has passed if that course has already started. If it hasn't started yet, you still have some time. But if you are going to drop a course, you need to speak with me or Mr. Borders prior to doing so. If you drop a course before count period, you also have to pick up a course to make you a full-time student, so whatever that minimum number is. So as a reminder, every semester you're given a credit range. You have a minimum and a maximum. You always have to be between those two numbers. At this point, you maybe have turned in some assignments or maybe even taken a quiz. If you haven't done as well as you wanted to, make sure you're letting someone here at OEC know, so that way we can help connect you to supports if you need them. So students who are in CNS, classes start next Tuesday, the 14th of September. Your class meets every Tuesday and Thursday from September 14th until October 7th. Meets right after school at 3 o'clock until 4:40, and attendance is mandatory. So it's not an optional thing to attend. You have to attend every single class for that orientation to college. I'm going to send an email out to all of you with that room number and that information as well. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to join Remind. So those of you in my room where I can see you, everyone can get out their phone, and then I'm going to ask you to do this. So I removed all of the other accounts because I know I didn't do that correctly last year. So everyone is sorted by their grade level. This is just really helpful because there are going to be times where I'm trying to find you. I don't keep your cell phone numbers or anything like that. So this is just the easiest way for me to find you. it's time for us to meet about college classes or anything like that, I'd like to reach out to you via text because that's just easier. So whatever grade you are in, text that code to 81010. So I won't send you a ton of spam, if you will. I try to keep the messages I send out limited because I don't want to bother you. But this is a great way where if I need to get a hold of you, or on the flip side, if you want to get a hold of me, you can text me and we can have that interaction. I don't typically respond to my messages outside of work hours, but you can always send me that message if you're thinking about it and I'll reply back to you later. So if you want to take a picture of this, so you come back to it, but if you can make sure to add and join that, that would be great. I'm just going to give everyone like another 30 seconds because I see people in my room still doing this, which I appreciate. Thank you.
Mrs. Belair's, I will go ahead and email this out to all parents and students later today. So they'll have these codes in the email. I'll also send out the social media accounts. For the Snapchat, there is no E on college. I've made a typo there. There's no E. It's just O_Early College, no E 21.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, so I think we're good for the next slide. Okay, so student government, I am the advisor for that. And if you are looking for an opportunity to get involved in school events, while also getting to know more OEC students, this is a great opportunity for you. So last year we planned a really lovely prom. We typically plan an event every year for Halloween, an event around like winter time to help get you like through finals and things like that. So it's a really fun way to get involved. We are also going to start selling snacks, like having a snack cart that you can buy during lunch. And there's various other things throughout the school year that we are going to have. So it's a really fun thing to get involved with. Our meetings are going to start September 22nd. That'll be our first meeting. And we are going to meet every other Wednesday, and all these will take place at lunch. We are going to meet in Mrs. Krauser's room, which is generously offered up because I don't have a classroom and my office is far too small. So we'll be meeting Mrs. Krauser's room for student government. Highly encourage you to join. Would love to see you all there. In the first meeting, we're going to go over all the things that it takes to be a member and answer any questions you might have. So definitely join us on the 22nd during lunch, and I will put out some reminders for that too.
And for NHS this year, I'm still waiting on a few documents from Miss Madalena, but I will be taking over NHS this year. My plan will be to keep meetings on early release days. We will do them probably hybrid Zoom and in my classroom, depending on the week. But watch your emails because there will be more information soon, I would say within the next week or two, on NHS. And I have the slips if you need them. They're on my door, and there's a orange little folder thing that you can turn them into so we can update the spreadsheets for that.
All right, this year, Mr. Snyder is combining the yearbook and the Digital Media Arts Club kind of under one umbrella. That does not mean that if you're in the yearbook club, you're also in the Digital Media Arts Club, but he's going to kind of run them under the same umbrella, kind of like we did with some other clubs last year. There will be more detailed information when he returns. Mr. Snyder's return date is, I will actually tell you really fast. He is coming, his first day back will be Monday, October 11th. So you all can have that in the back of your head, but he will be running the yearbook club, and he will also run our Digital Media Arts. Mr. Huffenbauer, are you going to step outside your room, or are you going to try to roll from in there?
I'm going to try to roll with it in here. I've got
great.
the volume down, trying to do the same way that Ms. Belair's informed me. So awesome, great things to get involved. We've got another one coming. Stay tuned, NHS. But first, we got college textbooks. Many of you are taking college classes. Scratch that, all of you are. And in most of these classes, you need materials. Job number one, when you figure out what materials OEC pays for required materials. And I have a whole bunch of stuff back there that we can try to get your way. Many of you have done a really good job with that. Those of you that do not have your book yet, you need to get it. We've got to make it happen. A, because, well, most of the classes have started, and B, because there's actually a limited window where we can actually pay for them, and that's closing. So if you are in a situation, whether it's a class that has started, or if it's a class that doesn't start until late September or some other time, you need your book. You need it now because we need to be able to pay for it because that window closes. So if you're in that situation and you don't have that, please email me and I will send you instructions. We'll communicate that way. And hopefully by Monday or Tuesday of next week, all college books can be ordered. Which brings me to the other end of it. There's still college books I need back. There's a lot of books that you've used in the summer, last year, that still have not been returned. We need those. That saves us money. That helps us for a lot of reasons. And if nothing else, it helps me not get so angry that we don't have them all. This includes any OEC purchased college material, whether you went on the site and followed my instructions and it's sent to you, we still paid for it. I need that back. So please look under your bed, look underneath tables as the tables that was wobbly, that's now not, see if it's there. Check bags, check trunks of car, please bring them in. You can bring them straight to my room and we'll have a cart that we're stacking them up on. And I think the cart is still, I think there's still a cart outside of Miss Kelly's office right now too. Set them right there, no issue, no concern. We just need them, please. Because once we have them, now we need to take care of them, which brings us to service learning opportunity for anyone involved. I'd love to have one or two kind of consistent, semi-regular people to kind of help out with some book room stuff. Because there's tags that need to be done, there's check-ins that need to be taken care of. And after a whole new semester of transfer books, that room gets a little messy. So even spending some time just to do some nice little piles and neaten up and doing that stuff would be appreciated too. It's not going to cover like 100 service hours, but if you got a gap in your day and you want to kind of do some of that stuff periodically, it would be great. And I have no problem signing off on that. Good job with college textbooks. Roll the next one because I think it's me too. Because great news, awesome ways to get involved. Here's one coming up. The OEC OCC charity 5K. It's a go. We finally got a official word that it's happening. We finally got a date. October 22nd is when it's happening. It's happening on this campus, and all of you get to be a part of it. It's a good opportunity to get some exercise. It's an OEC OCC run walk. If you are a runner, we got some runners. I know Mr. Snyder is trying to make sure he's ready to go. He's got to try to win this, and so I love seeing students beat him. It's fun to So it's fun to have a opportunity to run in this regards. We also, if you're not a runner and you just enjoy a nice walk, that's okay too. It's an opportunity for all of us to kind of give back as part of the community, because unlike some charity 5Ks, we do not take money, we take items. And so there will be a list of different places that you can donate to. I'm still trying to get in contact, making sure that they're lined up for that. And then there'll be a list on things that we'll take, where it's going to go. And we'll open the floor for a lot of, to start getting those donations in. So most likely there'll be clothes. There's a good chance there'll be some canned foods. I'm trying to get some school supplies stuff because that's near and dear to my heart. Some of those, get some people that do that. I know a lot of charities really like toothbrushes and that kind of toiletry items, because that's something that they run into, challenges they run into. And so start thinking about that as you're taking your trips to, the Salvation Army and Goodwill and other secondhand stores that you like to frequent, or, if you're trying to clean out areas. all good places that we can, we'll get. I'll have more details on that pretty soon. There'll be, it's a good opportunity for exercise, great opportunity to connect within OEC and OCC for that matter. It's an amazing chance to give back to the community. Lofty titles for top tier donors, prizes for top tier times, an opportunity for NHS hours. Ms. Krauser definitely is up for giving some NHS hours for people who are helping out with the 5K. And I'm going to lean on that as a big crew there. So we got several things to do that way. Definitely sorting and stuff needs to be done. And beyond that, stay tuned for details. They'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But it's on, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
All right, so we got some upcoming dates. On September 15th is the OCC Welcome Celebration in J Building. All the OCC clubs will be out there. There will also be food. Yes, you heard me correctly. There will be food. I have found that 90% of activities that have food also have students attend said activities. So September 15th, this is right during your lunchtime. It's from 12 to 2. Plan on having lunch over there on Wednesday of next week. September 16th, we have no school for OEC classes. However, the OCC classes are a go. So if you have an OCC class, you will need to attend that. Please don't forget, September 22nd is the first student government meeting during lunch. Friday, September 24th is our first early release. Early release days, we are done at 12:34. Again, 12:34 on early release days. Just so you can kind of start to plan that out in your head. October 1st is our first field trip to Irwin's Apple Orchard. We will have permission slips coming soon. Mrs. Kelly secured buses today. So that's going to be a great opportunity for us to kind of relax, hang out, have a good time, and kind of get to know each other a little bit better outside of these walls here in H Building. October 13th, like Mrs. Belair's talked about earlier, will be our testing day. And as Mr. Heffelbauer just explained, October 22nd will be our OEC and OCC 5K for charity run walk. I will say that I talked to Dean Spann. Remember, he came and talked to us all the culminating Thursday before the Thursday of our first week. He's very excited. He talked to me that Chancellor Provenzano, who is the chancellor of all the OCC campuses, is very excited that the 5K run walk is back. And so we're going to have a great opportunity to showcase how awesome we are to not just our campus, but to OCC higher ups that are across the campuses. So I know Mrs. Wieland had a couple things to share real quick. Mrs. Wieland, are you there?
Hello. Hello. Can everyone hear me? Oh, hold on. Is that better?
I think that fixed it.
That's better now? Y'all can hear me? Okay.
You are good to go.
Okay, great. This year I am in charge of what I think has been called MIA. So it's kind of the umbrella of all of the different clubs that have to do with culture, identity, or religion. So that would include Pride Club, Christian Club, or Bible Club, MSA, Jewish Culture Club, and yes. So I will have the first kind of big meeting for anyone who's interested in coming to any of those clubs will be September 28th, which is a Tuesday at lunch. And I look forward to seeing many of you there. And then also Mrs. Kelly has an announcement.
Yes, I will be taking over the Black Culture Club, and I will also be at that meeting on the 28th. So anybody that's interested, please come and we will discuss and figure out what we're going to do for the year.
All right, teachers, does anyone have anything else? As I'm taking a picture of all our 11th and 12th graders who are online, so I can make sure their attendance is taken appropriately, just to make sure I don't lose anybody in case when I hit end.
Yeah, I just had one more thing to kind of reiterate. With the activities fees that were mentioned earlier, that's how we pay for field trips. The buses are very expensive and the trips are We factor that all in. So make sure you turn in that $40 activity fee this semester. If that's something that you can't afford, that's okay. But if you can, please make sure that you turn that in to Mrs. Kelly. I've seen a lot of people turning that in. We really appreciate that. We can't do all these fun things without that activity fee. And this stops us from having to charge you for every field trip that we go on. So it's just a nice flat fee every semester.
Awesome. Look at that time. That is great timing, guys. Good job. 11th and 12th graders that are zooming in. If you are watching it with multiple people on one screen, I need you to send me an email that you are watching it as a group. I know there are a number of you that are. I've even talked to a few groups already. If you put something in the chat regarding your group, I know a couple of you did, will you please follow that up with an email just so I make sure I don't lose it when I shut this webinar down. So great job. This was amazingly effective, way more effective than I thought it would be. So thank you everyone for doing a great job. And we have 6th hour in 5 minutes at 1:25. Thank you guys. Have a great day.